Tigers come out with two wide receivers set in an I formation with Lutz and Lenz in the backfield behind Luke Akela. 1st and 10 from their own 36-yard line. Handoff deep in the backfield to Lenz. He's going to get sacked or dropped in the backfield for about a 3-yard loss, and the Tigers try to go off right tackle, and not a lot there.
Left defensive end for Wausau West coming across the line, forcing that play. Lutz out there trying to get a block on him, got a chip on it, but not quite enough.
So that's going to bring up a 2nd and 13 for the Tigers. The ball being spotted at the 33-yard line.
Tigers remain in an I formation and receivers left and right. Akela calls out the signals, takes
I formation, the deep handoff again to Lenz. Deep running room this time down the right sideline. He'll be close to a 1st down at about the 44-yard line of the Tigers. Running towards the far sideline. The Tigers are on the far bench here at Tom Field.
Ben Johnson out there making a nice shield block on the cornerback, trying to push him towards the sideline. Jake made a cut inside, and the pursuit caught him from behind. Nice run.
And so we'll have a gain of 7 yards on the play. Actually, a gain of 12 yards on the play. We'll bring about a 3rd and a long 1.5 yards here. Again, the I formation, flank right, split right receivers. And inside handoff this time to Lutz. He powers forward, is grabbed around the legs, but will fall forward for the 1st down, picking up almost 4 yards on the play.
Marshfield will go to Josh a lot in that situation. Little trap play right up the middle. Nice interior blocking by the Marshfield line. Gives Marshfield their first down of the game.
And it will be 1st and 10 for the Tigers. Ball at the Tigers' 43-yard line. Again, the I formation. Tigers coming out and hoping to run the ball. And here's a deep handoff again to Lenz off the left side. He'll cut back through the middle, and he will get about 4 or 5 yards before he is stopped and put down by about 3 Wausau West tacklers in West territory. So the Tigers, for the first time tonight, dent Wausau territory, and the ball now located at the 47-yard line of the Warriors.
Luke Schwannis and Cale Schliessman leading that play that time. Jake making a nice cutback against one of those blocks for a nice gain.
So that will bring up a 2nd and 5. Same formation again. Danzak left, wide flank right is Johnson. The fake handoff to the tailback this time. Akela back deep to pass, lobs the throw downfield for Maxinowski, but that play is broken up. In fact, it was almost picked off down at the 25-yard line along the sidelines of Wausau West.
Quarterback Akela looking for Seth Maskinowski on the deep flag pattern, overthrown just a bit, and the Wausau West cornerback with good coverage.
So that will bring a 3rd down situation up for the Tigers. It will be 3rd and 5, ball at the 47-yard line. Again, I formation, flank right, split left. Johnson, the flanker, to the far side. Akela back. It's a draw play. Running into his own man in the middle is Lenz on the deep handoff on the draw, and he'll lose at least 4 yards on the play. So the Tigers will be forced to punt for the first time tonight. The ball now back in Marshfield's territory at their own 48-yard line. So Sully Lipke and punt team will come on the field. Good snap in these wet conditions. Line drive kick, a deep kick by Lipke coming to the near sideline. The ball taken on a not a fair catch. And now we do have a flag come in. Mike, I'm not sure if we're going to get a fair catch rule infraction here one way or the other, but a flag thrown as the back for Wausau West. That is,
well, like you said, Dale, we either
Tyler Day.
Right, we either have one of 2 penalties here. We either have an interference with the fair catch, or we're getting a preliminary signal. Okay, what we have is apparently the player signaled for a fair catch, and then once he caught the ball, started to run. Exactly.
Yeah. I thought I had seen a fair catch signal, but sometimes you see these deep backs give kind of a quick swipe of the hand across the top of the helmet, and they don't give a real a decent fair catch signal. And Day definitely did try to run with that.
We'll find out.
Let's see if we can go down to Arnie Peck and see if he has a little better view of that on the field.
Yes, that's exactly what happened. He signaled fair catch, then dipped with one of his knees and took off as though he were running, and the Tigers, of course, obliged by tackling, and it's a 5-yard penalty. So they'll start from 5 yards back, right around the 7.5-yard line.
All right, thank you very much. Arnie Peck once again with our Festival Foods sideline microphone. Wing T formation, wing right for Wausau as they come up. First of all, the handoff inside to the fullback Dries. He will try to power forward, but he is met by a wall of Marshfield tacklers and pushed back to the 1-yard line. Let's see if they give him any progress on that play. Well, they'll say he's got about 1.5 yards, so it's going to be, let's call it 2nd and 8. The ball spotted on the 10-yard line, just touching the 10-yard line.
Francine and Stanley making a stop on that play.
And here is a sweep play coming to the right side. Again, an inside handoff, this time to Dreves. And he will have nothing on the right side. So the Tigers doing a nice job defensively. In fact, the down marker will actually move back a few inches, so they'll say he lost about 1/2 yard on that play.
Mike Peterson making good penetration on that play to make the tackle, make the about a 1/2 yard loss right there, tackle.
So a 3rd and 9, ball deep in Wausau West territory, the 9-yard line. Single back behind the quarterback. He'll throw out here to the near flat to Peel, and he does make the grab at about the 17-yard line as he's pushed out of bounds. And it's going to be very close in terms of a first down. This might be a situation where the chains have to be brought across, but I think they're still short about 1 yard. But the officials are going to measure. They're going to take a look at this and see what we have here.
Steve Banning on the coverage for Marshfield. Pretty good coverage. Nice route by the West receiver. And Steve got his hands on him just as the ball got there, gave him a good shove, but at least 1 foot down in bounds in high school football is good for a catch.
Chains being brought all the way across and stretched out, and Marshfield, they're going to say first down just by the tip of the, now the official's going to shake his hands as they stretch the change a little bit further, and they're going to say that Wausau is short. First the official signaled first down, and then they gave the chains one more tug. Maybe a little loop caught up in that chain along this near sidelines, and we will have a 4th down situation for Wausau West. Players changing on both squads on the field, assuming that West might be punting in this situation. Danzak already back to punt receive. He's in his own territory at the 49-yard line. West coming out. Back to punt is Ryan Condon. He's a junior, back about 12 yards. He's standing at the 3-yard line. Good snap. Kick is away. A high kick, but an end-over-end kick. Danzak calls fair catch right at the 50-yard line, and that's where Marshfield will begin the next series on offense.
Well, nothing like we saw last week, Dale. Marshfield's got some field position for a change. I don't think we had the ball, I know, on all Stevens Point's touchdowns last week. The kickoff was through the end zone, so we started out the majority of our drives deep in our own territory. Now we have some good field position tonight, so that will definitely help with the wet conditions.
So 1st and 10 from Marshfield. The ball spotted at the 50-yard line. I formation. Johnson flanked short left. Here's a handoff right up the middle to Lenz, and he has good running room into Wausau West territory, and he'll take the ball all the way down to the 34-yard line before he's stopped there. So a 16-yard carry.
Alex Paulson downfield with a nice block to spring Lenz. Gain of about 11.
So Marshfield with their first decent running play of the ball game. The I formation again. Johnson flanked this side. Ball placed in the middle of the field. Far right is Danzak. There's a handoff inside the Lenz. Ball is loose. It pops up in the air. Wausau West players are saying they have it, and the official agrees. So it's going to be Wausau West football, 1st and 10, as Josh Lutz went across the line in scrimmage and was hit and spun around. He did have 2 hands on the ball, but as he was spun, the ball popped loose, Mike.
Yeah, that's one of those things, you know, that running backs got to stay low coming through there, both hands on the ball. He made the hole, got through to the linebackers, and got hit once, spun, and out came the ball.
Not raining right now on the field, still very damp out there. Wing T formation, wing right. Here is a handoff to Tyler Day. He will try to sweep the right side, near sideline, and he has running room, and he's up the sideline to the 50, down to the 45 of Marshfield. That will be a first down and almost a 20-yard gain for Wausau West on the play.
Nice blocking at the point of attack. Defensive end this side on the near side, Brandon, he turned it inside like a defensive end is supposed to do, just didn't get any help from the linebackers that time.
Got the guards out around the corner to lead that sweep for Day. This time wing left formation in the wing T for Wausau. Quick snap, 2 guards pulling out to the left side as Day will try that side, and he does pick up positive yardage. He will pick almost 5 before he is tackled over there on the far sideline, and Youngblood, the linebacker for the Tigers, in on the play. They'll say he had 4 yards on the carry. That will bring up a 2nd and 6.
Cody Wilson also coming up from a strong safety position to help out on the tackle.
Wausau West, the lefty for the first time offensively. 6:45 to go in the first period, and still no score here on homecoming night.
So a 2nd and 6 for Marshfield. Ball spotted on the far hash mark, wing right formation. The wing comes in motion. There's a flag on the play, and whistles will blow before the play actually gets underway, and the referee will signal illegal procedure on Wausau West, so there must have been some movement, probably in the backfield, since that flag was thrown by the referee behind the offensive backfield, but also the linesman on this side also throwing a flag as well. That will bring up a 2nd and 10 for Wausau West. Ball now spotted back at the Marshfield 46-yard line.
Defensively, Marshfield sets up with Craig Krogel and Brandon Heeg at the ends.
Wing left formation coming in motion on the wing. Here's the handoff to the wing back coming around the right side. He has positive yardage. He'll be close to the first down, but he will come up short on the play.
Francine and Banning on the tackle.
That time they had Tyler Day in the left wing position, and he's the man that came right on that sweep. That'll bring up a 3rd down and 3 for Wausau West. Ball in Marshfield territory, now spotted at the 33-yard line.
Rest of the defense for Marshfield, Mike Peterson, Tim Bucky at defensive tackle, Jordan Caranda at the nose guard position.
Again, a tight wing formation with Day, wing right. He will come in motion. There'll be a handoff, this time inside, but Caranda has a hold of the fullback Dries, and he's going nowhere. In fact, he might even have lost yardage. Let's see what they give him for forward progress. I think he's going to be short a yard or 2, Mike, or he's going to be dropped for 2 yards on the play. That's going to bring up a 4th and 5. So the first decision of the ball game coming up for one of these coaches, Kevin Grundy, this time for Wausau West.
Nice play by Jordan, anticipating the snap count that time, going through the gap between the right gap between the center and the right guard, making a nice defensive play.
Wing left formation, Day coming in motion. This time the quarterback Schuler sprints out to the right side, has a receiver wide open at the 15-yard line behind the Marshfield defense, and he carries down to the Marshfield 5 or 6-yard line. That will be 1st and 10, and that is the tight end, Peel. That is Nate Peel for the Wausau West Warriors on that carry.
Dale, he got between Cody Wilson and Luke Francine, got in that gap behind Luke and just a little bit deeper than Cody. And West quarterback threw a nice ball right on the money. 1st down West inside the 10-yard line of Marshfield.
1st down West, ball placed at the left hash mark for Wausau. Handoff this time to Dries, off left tackle. He will forward for a couple of yards. And let's check in with Arnie Peck in the Festival Foods sideline microphone, because that ball is right in front of him. Arnie?
All right, Youngblood and Franzine coming up, make the stop there, 4-yard pickup. The previous play, Bandura, the wide receiver, cleared out an area in the flat, and that allowed brought the Tigers up on defense and allowed Peel to be so wide open deeper downfield.
So this will bring up a Second and goal, ball on the 5-yard line, just inside the 5-yard line for Wausau West. Wing right formation. That wing back is Day. He will again come in motion. Hand off to Dries on the carry on the inside. Again, he will bull forward for positive yards. And once again, Arnie, that play is over there right in front of you.
I was just signaling to you that it's on the 2-yard line. Notice who's in the ball game already after a few weeks of absence is big Dylan Reggie. He's in the middle now at that nose tackle spot.
All right. So this will bring up a 3rd and goal situation with the ball spotted on the 2-yard line, just outside the 2. So Marshfield faced with their first goal line type situation in this ball game. There is no score. We're 3:05 left in the first quarter. Now we're going to have a stoppage of play and we're going to have a timeout. So Kevin Grundy wants to talk to his offense. Score 0-0 here at Wausau West. You're listening to Tiger Football on AM 1450 WDLB. Let's send it back to the station to Ryan Berg for a message.
Mom! Mom!
What?
You can't find Ichabod.
What?
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of teens in foster care who would love to put up with you.
Wausau West making some substitutions here on this 3rd and goal situation from the 2-yard line. Again, 3 minutes and 6 seconds left here in our first quarter of play from Wausau. Dale Yukaitis along with you tonight with Mike Klein, Arnie Peck on the sidelines with the Festival Food sideline microphone. Marshfield on defense at the 2. Here comes a single back setup. Wing back goes in motion from the left. Quick pass to the left side, and that is thrown incomplete as Bouch, the quarterback, comes out and throws the ball quickly on a slant pattern to the right side, but that was over everyone, so that'll bring a 4th down situation up for Wausau West with the ball still spotted on the 2-yard line. Again, changing personnel, so we'll have to see if we're looking at our first potential field goal of the evening. Yes, we will. The ball will be spotted at the 2-yard line, but the ball is over on the left hash mark, so this will be a tight angle for the kicker, which is Bouch. Good snap back, ball is down, kick is up, and it is right down the middle. So Wausau West will take the first lead in the ball game. Matt Bouch, the junior kicker, kicking a 27-yard field goal to begin this one. 3-0 Wausau. We'll be right back after these messages. So Wausau West draws first blood in this ball game tonight and now leads 3-0 and will kick off. Danzig back to receive deep from Marshfield. A high kick caught by Danzig at the 10-yard line. Stanley leading him up the right sideline. There's a good wall set. Danzig up the sideline to the 40, to the 45, to the 50, to the 45-yard line of Wausau West. No flags on the play, so Marshfield will be in a good field position to start this drive. So Marshfield now trailing 3-0 will come out in an I formation again. Danzig coming split left to the hash marks on this side. Ball spotted on the right hash in Wausau West territory at the 47.5-yard line. Ekela back to pass, a quick slant pass to, that is Danzig trying to slant over the middle of the field, but that ball is thrown too high on a quick 3-step drop, so that'll bring up a second And second and 10 for Marshfield. Ball spotted at the Wausau West 47-yard line. Let's check in with Arnie Peck in our Festival Foods sideline microphone.
A quick score, Everest 3, Rapids nothing, less than a minute to go first quarter. The score is brought to you by Marshfield Bus Service. Get out of town with Marshfield Bus.
Handoff inside to Lenz, who will try the middle. He's met by a host of Wausau West tacklers. He will be able to push forward for a couple of yards. And that will bring up a 3rd and 8 situation. Our kickoffs in tonight's ball game, by the way, brought to us by Rail Transport of Marshfield. The take home, be home or carrier, experience the power of red.
Zach Berger in the game now, Dale, for Marshfield at left tackle.
2 receivers, wing left, twins left, and 1 split receiver as Akala is back in a short shotgun formation with the blocker in front of him. He will fake a pump right. Now he scrambles left, throwing to this near sideline. He finds a receiver, and it's Johnson, who's open down the sidelines. He's at the 15, the 10, and knocked out of bounds. In fact, they will say that he stepped out of bounds at about the 12-yard line.
Jake Lasecki out there with Johnson making a nice block downfield, allowing Ben to clear and be open. Nice run after the catch. But I'll tell you what, Dale, Tyler Rollins, the tight end Tyler Rollins, was wide open down the middle of the field. Nobody even within 15 yards of him. All Luke had to do was pitch it up there, let him run underneath her. That would have been a touchdown for Marshfield. I'm sure the coaching staff saw that. We'll see that again yet.
1:56 left in the first quarter. West leads 3-0. Marshfield with a power eye offense this time. Split receiver left to the near side of the field. That's Danzak. A handoff to Lenz, deep backfield. He will cut off tackle to the right and try to bounce to the outside. He'll pick up positive yardage, but not a real big gain there. There was a big hole, and it looked like Lenz maybe had clear sailing towards the end zone, but a nice play from the interior by the linebackers of Wausau West, closing that hole quickly. So that will bring up a 2nd and 8 for Marshfield. Ball spotted on the right side of the field, the far side of the field, as we look down at it. Marshfield going from our right to left. 125 left in the first quarter. Again, the power eye. Lenz again in the backfield. And he will cut to the outside, stiff arm to a ball carrier. He'll take it down to the 5, the 4, the 3, and he's there. He's knocked out of bounds. And the official will put his foot on the 2-yard line out of bounds and say that that's where Marshfield will be.
Jake with a good stiff arm on the defensive end on that side, allowing him to get the corner. Made that one lunge for the pylon, and on his plant foot stepped out of bounds at the 2-yard line.
And so Marshfield also has a first down. They'll be 1st and goal. The ball actually spotted just outside the 1-yard line. Ball on the left hash. I formation. Now we have a flag. Just as soon as Marshfield gets set, the official on this near sideline firing a skyrocket flag way up in the air. That's probably alignment by somebody. Offsides, Marshfield. So somebody lined up with their helmet over the ball, or a wide receiver stepped across once the center put his hands on the ball. So Marshfield will be backed up 5 to the 6-yard line. Mike looks familiar. Marshfield having trouble punching it in last week.
Boy, oh boy, we find a way, you know, in these situations, we're just shooting ourselves in the foot, to coin a phrase, Dale. You don't know what else to do here. It all comes down to discipline and concentration.
It is a first down situation, however. Ball at the 6-yard line, I formation. Lenz deep in the backfield. Will take a toss from Ekela. Good block by Lutz, but then Lenz, trying to cut back, slips. And we'll have to see. He may have even lost a yard on the play because he is 7 yards deep in the backfield. Sure enough, they moved the downs mark back, maybe about a half a yard, so that will bring up a 2nd and a long 6, closer to 7 yards for Marshfield. Ball spotted on the far hash mark, the right hash mark. And again, we get a power look in the backfield. This time, it's Scheckelman at the quarterback spot taking the direct snap. He will power left, and he will dive down to about the 2-yard line. So a new formation, 3 backs in the backfield in a power type of a look, almost a power T look in front of Scheckelman, who was back 5 yards. He took a direct snap. So we got a little Menominee, Michigan football going on here, almost a single wing look for Marshfield. Now they'll move the ball back to just outside the 3-yard line. It'll be 3rd and goal from the 3-yard line. Lutz will shift over in an unbalanced eye to the left. Quick slant pattern inside to Danzak. Did he hang on? Yes, he did. Touchdown, Marshfield. A low throw. Danzak slid to his knees from the right side. Marshfield gets on the board with 2 seconds left in the first quarter.
Nice pass by Akela, although low. Ryan will go down and make those catches 9 out of 10 times, but he threw it in the only place he could that time, Dale. The defender was all over Ryan's back. Nice catch, nice toss.
So Coranda will come on to try the extra point to put Marshfield up 7-3. Snap back, hold is down, kick is away. It is definitely high and long enough, and it's true. Right down the middle, so Marshfield now on the board, and 7-3. Our score in the ball game tonight, sponsored by the Sports Den on South Central Avenue in Marshfield. We'll send it back to Brian Berg at the station for a couple of messages. Our score, 7-3 Marshfield over Wausau West, just at the very end of the first quarter. We'll be right back.
The smallest moments can have the biggest impact on a child's life. Have you been a dad today?
And we're back here at Tom Field, the official hustling things for the kickoff. And actually we had the kickoff during our break. Wausau West with a nice return out to the 45-yard line. But we do have the end of the quarter. We will send it back to the station for another message and then bring it back here to Wausau West Field for Tiger football, 7-3 Marshfield. That extra point by Jordan Coranda, giving Marshfield a 7-3 lead as we begin the second quarter. Wausau West with the football at their own 45-yard line after a nice return. Handoff to Day, who will run to the right side, off tackle, cut outside, and he'll pick up 5 yards on first down. So Tyler Day with another positive run right off the bat to start our first play of the second quarter with Marshfield ahead 7-3. Dale Yukaitis along with you tonight. Gene is doing the Edgar Auburndale game in Edgar tonight. Arnie Peck on the sidelines, and we'll go to him in just a moment here with our Festival Foods sideline microphone after this 2nd and 5 play. Again, wing right, Day in the wing. Fake handoff inside. The quarterback Bouch will keep himself, try to skirt the left side, and he breaks several tackles, and he will pick up positive yardage. And Mike, not the greatest tackling by the Tigers on that play.
No, Coranda had a great chance to sack the West quarterback for about a 7-yard loss and just over pursued a little bit, lost his footing. And then Sully Lipke, playing quarterback for the Tigers, now came up and didn't quite get his feet under him and couldn't make the tackle either. Nice game.
Bring up a 3rd down and 1, so a 4-yard gain on the play. split receiver left, wing right formation. Handoff to Dries. He will try the left tackle. He'll get positive yards there, and he'll power forward for a gain of about 5 yards and a first down. Let's head down to the sidelines to Arnie Peck and our Festival Foods sideline microphone.
Luke White getting up a little slow there for Wausau West. Just an update on the weather, guys. It has completely stopped the rain, but there still are slippery spots on the field, and Stratford leads at 7-0 over Fall Creek after 1 quarter.
Hand off to Day, who will skirt the right side in that wing T offense, looking for running room, and he will slide forward and pick up about 4 yards on the play. The Tigers' Krogel looked like he had him corralled. That was actually Haig on that left end defensively for the Tigers. Looked like he had him corralled, but Day, a very slippery runner, slides inside on this wet field and picks up another 4 yards. So again, a nice gain on first down by Wausau West.
He doing his job as a defensive end, turning that play inside for linebacker help. Again, Youngblood was there for the tackle, but just couldn't get a hand on it.
I'm seeing a lot of arm tackles by the Tigers tonight as well. Here comes Bouch on a naked bootleg to the left side. Now he will stop and throw. There's Peel wide open over the middle, but at the last second, the ball tipped away by a Tiger defender. That's Lipke, who was back there playing safety and got a hand in front of Peel, who was open momentarily running a post pattern. Same type of play that they threw to him earlier for a big gain that put Wausau in position for their first field goal. However, this one incomplete. So that'll bring up a 3rd and 6. 9:45 left in our second quarter. Marshfield leading this one 7-3. We are at Wausau and Tom Field tonight for Marshfield Tiger football. Wausau comes to the line of scrimmage, split receiver left, wing right formation. Handoff inside on an inside trap to Day, and he was hit after about a 2-yard gain, but then dove forward, and he's going to be very close to the yardsticks, Mike.
There, Mike Peterson making great penetration. Had Day by the ankles, but just couldn't finish the tackle. He's going to be about a yard short, Dale.
And so that will bring up a 4th and a good yard. Ball will be spotted on the Marshfield 32-yard line on the far hash mark. Wausau going from our right to our left down to the large scoreboard and the concession stand end here at Tom Field, if you've been here. Wing right formation, quick snap, handoff to Dries. He is met at the line of scrimmage. This will be close. This is one of those right foot, left foots. Marshfield thinks they've stopped him. They're heading off the field, but boy, he got a pretty good spot.
Yeah, he did. I didn't know. I didn't even think the kid made the line of scrimmage.
I don't think
Dale.
he got to the line of scrimmage, but the official on this side ran in, is going to give him a very generous spot. The official's taking a long look here. I thought he was stopped with about a yard loss on the play, but again, the officials have a different angle than we do way up here in the press box. Chains are coming in.
Joel Francine coming up from his cornerback safety spot, making a great play. He's going to be just I'm hoping a hair short. It's close.
First down.
Just enough.
First down by the tip of the football. Boy, big hit by Marshfield, and that might be, who was that on the hit, Mike?
That was Francine.
And that might be one of our collision of the games that we have to talk about, or hits of the ball game tonight later on. But Wausau will have the ball in the middle of the field at the Marshfield 32-yard line, 1st and 10. Here goes Day to the right side. Blockers out in front of him. We have a flag thrown by the official in the backfield behind the play as Day does skirt the right side, pick up a couple yards before he is knocked towards the sidelines. That is usually holding. Yes, it is. So this one's going to come back.
That was one of those student body right plays, Dale. Everybody pulling and going to the right side on a sweep. And from where the flag was thrown, I'm guessing it had to be one of the interior linemen real early in the play.
Any number on the
And the official still talking this one over on the field. Wausau West has already moved their huddle back, so it's definitely, yes, there's the official signal from the referee. It will be a hold. Ball marched off from the 34-yard line. It's going to come back 10 from there, so it will be spotted at the 44-yard line, where it will be 1st and 10 for Wausau at that point. Actually, a little longer than 10 yards, considering where the ball was put at. be at the 44-yard line. Wing right formation. Here comes Day in motion. Quick fullback trap on the inside to Dries, but he's hit immediately and dropped at the line of scrimmage.
Right, nice play by Hazeroth and Youngblood, the linebackers.
Arnie, got a good look at that play with our Festival Food sideline, Mike?
Yes, I did. Previous play on the penalty, the collision of the game candidate so far, as Cody Wilson really put the hammer today. He has been coming close to the line of scrimmage on every play. That time, he was that guided missile, guys.
All right, brings up a second and no gain on the play. It'll be a 2nd and 21 on the play. Bouch back to throw, finds a receiver slanting over the middle, and he hits the receiver in the hands. That's Ty Fisher on a slant in a deep curl-in pattern over the middle that would have gained about 12 yards. However, Fisher cannot hold on as that ball was a little bit in front of him.
This is one of those games, Dale, where the footing is damp, as Arnie has mentioned all game long. Definitely advantage to the offensive player. They know the route they're running. You get that defensive player's hips turned. The cornerbacks and safeties get their hips turned one direction. They cut the other way, and they're going to give up a step on something like that just because you can't get that good push.
All right, that's going to bring up a 3rd and 21. Schwartz, the quarterback this time, back to throw. Good protection. He's got a receiver down the right side, and he finds him. And that is completed down the right sideline for positive yardage to Nathan Keel on the play. Matchup on a linebacker for Marshfield that time, a mismatch as far as coverage. And that was Haseroth on the coverage, but a nice throw for a first down. The ball will be spotted at the 15-yard line as they took a back and ran him out of the backfield and got the matchup they wanted against the Tiger linebacker. So that will put Wausau West in business, first and 10 at the 15-yard line. 7:36 left in our first half of play. Marshfield leading 7-3. Single back, Dries will take a dive off of right side on a belly play, and he'll be stopped for short yardage there.
That pass play, Dale, reminiscent of the wheel play that Marshfield runs. Again, to the tailback coming out of the backfield. That's the matchup they want on that play on a linebacker.
Give Dries only 1 yard on the carry. So that will bring up a 2nd and 9, ball at the 14-yard line of Marshfield. So once again, the defense being asked to stand up to the test here. Marshfield giving up a big pass play in the first quarter, but held to force West to a short field goal for their 3 points. Schwartz back, he hands off to Dries again, and he's hit at the line of scrimmage and dumped. And that time, that was Haseroth, the guy who got burned on the long pass, making himself felt with that big hit. No gain for Dries on a fullback belly play to the right side. Now Wausau West with a wide side of the field this way, Mike. You'd be surprised to see that bootleg again. They've been successful coming this direction.
Running Peel from across the narrow side of the, there he's setting up again, Dale, wide on the right side.
Single back, slot left formation, pump fake, throw into the end zone. They're looking for Keel, and Keel goes up and out battles the Marshfield defender for the ball in the end zone, touchdown. Ball thrown actually a little bit short, and Ty Fisher coming back and behind the Marshfield defender back there in the secondary and making a nice grab and out battling a Marshfield defender in the left side of the end zone for the score. So with 6:10 left in the first half, Wausau takes a 9-7 lead. Bouch on to attempt the extra point. Soccer style kicker. Ball is back, down, kick is up, and it's wide left. We also have a flag on the play. I didn't notice if there was roughing of the kicker. Wausau West players clapping their hands. Let's see what we have here, though. The kick was no good.
Running into the kicker.
Running into the kicker situation.
I didn't even see where that came from, Dale.
I didn't see anybody down either. I was watching the flight of the ball because I thought it was hooked left. Arnie, you have a look at that down there?
I had a look at it, but I sure didn't see it. I'll try and get a confirmation here. Hang on.
Nevertheless, West will have another attempt at the extra point. The ball marched off half the distance, now down to the 1.5-yard line. And Bouch will again set up to kick. He's still going to set up at the 10-yard line. He hooked his first kick on the first extra point attempt. Ball is down, kick is away. This one is high and long enough, and it's right down the middle. And that will give Wausau West a 10-7 lead over Marshfield here with 6:10 left in the first quarter, the first half of play from Tom Field. We'll take a break here and bring it right back to Tom Field after these messages.
I'm tall enough to reach the light switches. I'm big enough to brush my teeth by myself. I'm the tallest kid in my class. I haven't worn diapers in years. I'm much less likely to vomit at random now. My cups don't have lids anymore. Mine either. I'm getting pretty big. But to help me survive a car crash, I still need you to give me a boost.
Until they're 4'9", use a booster seat in the car and don't let them down.
So Marshfield finding themselves on the short end of the score in this ball game. Wausau West will kick off again. Peel will kick from the right hash mark for Wausau. Our kickoffs are sponsored by Rail Truck of Marshfield. Rail Transport, of Marshfield. The take home, be home, more carrier. Experience the power of red. Danzak and Stanley back at the 5-yard line to receive the kick for Marshfield, going from our left to our right. Peel moves forward. The kick, a high kick. It will carry down to the 5. Danzak with the ball there. He will come near side, and we have a penalty flag thrown as Danzak comes up the sideline. He slips and is spun out of bounds at about the 37-yard line, but a flag thrown all the way back at the 20-yard line, again by the official on this sideline.
I think we're going to have Logan Schmitz with a block in the back for Marshfield. One of those plays where a defender may have turned his back to him. You know, the official's interpretation of that play, but in that case, a block in the back penalty against the Tigers. That's going to negate a pretty nice run back by Danzig.
Well, would have given Tigers good field position. Let's head down to Arnie again with our Festival Foods sideline microphone.
Well, Danzak is limping off the field and grabbing the back of his left leg in the calf area, so that's not good news. 29-0 Edgar near halftime, 14-0 Stratford late first quarter, 3-0 DC Everest, and that is late in the first half, about 4 minutes left before halftime in that one. They're playing Wisconsin Rapids. So those are your out-of-town scores brought to you by the folks at Marshfield Bus Service. And by the way, we were told that Haig was the man whistled for running into the kicker. I didn't see it.
Didn't see it at all. Marshfield will start 1st and 10 at their own 10-yard line near hash mark. Handoff inside. That is Lenz, I believe, straight ahead for positive yards. Not a big gain. He'll pick up about 3 yards. That'll bring up a 2nd and 7 for Marshfield. Ball now moved out to the 14.5 yard line of Marshfield.
A little bit of a counter play there that time. Dale Lenz checking to his left first and then coming back to the right.
Counter tray that they like to run. Johnson near side. Wide receiver, I formation. Here's that counter tray again. Lenz trying to find some room, trying to pick his way, and he is still driving forward and trying to move the pile. He'll have positive yardage again. Actually, that was Scheckelman on the carry that time, who was in at the tailback position. He's not going to have much, but he does bring it to a 3rd and short situation, 3rd and 3.5. Ball now spotted out to the 17-yard line.
We're due for a big play here, Dale. One of these times we're going to break one. We're due for one.
Slot receivers to the right, I formation again behind Akala. He takes the signals, goes back to throw, loops a pass down the left sidelines, but it's going to be too high and out of bounds. And as the Marshfield receiver was jumping for the ball out of bounds, a Wausau West player drilled him as well into the Marshfield bench. I think we're going to have a late hit over there on Ty Fisher.
I think you're right, Dale. You know, I know Ben Johnson was the intended receiver. He went up with one hand trying to get it. Kind of hard to tell from here if the ball was thrown way out of bounds and he was already out. It looks like Arnie's got a good look at that one, Dale.
I certainly do. That ball was at least 4 yards out of bounds. Trulin, the call for Wausau West. He gets called for that. Referee pointing the wrong way. By the way, the word on Danzig pretty good from the Marshfield medical people. He's just getting treated for a cramp, so we'll see him coming back a little later if he hasn't snuck back out there now.
Cramps not surprising on this very soft field here tonight, although we've had such dry conditions. This has always been a relatively soft field here at Tom Field. Add a little bit of rain to it, and that'll make it a little softer, although still pretty good field conditions. We've seen some players slipping, but certainly not a muddy track for either team tonight. So that will give Marshfield a first down via penalty. And the ball now spotted at the Marshfield 32-yard line and 1st and 10. Akala under center. Receivers wide left and right in the I formation. 5-man front for Everest. Handoff to the deep backs, trying the right side. And I believe that was Lenz again on the outside, trying to go off left tackle. Not much there. They might give him a yard. Pretty generous on that yard, maybe a half yard. So let's call it 2nd and 9.5. Ball still spotted just inside the 33-yard line. Offset formation this time with Lutz offset in the right side. He'll give to Lenz. That's Scheckelman coming right side instead. He will try to skirt the right side. He will run over a blocker and gain some yardage. But one of the things I think, Mike, that Scheckelman needs to do is to read his blockers a little better, having been a quarterback in the past.
Josh Hennis out there wide to the near side here, making a nice block on the cornerback, covering him, pushing him to the sideline, and Paul just ran right into the block. He makes a cut to the inside. He's got at least 5-6 more yards.
We've seen that on several occasions by Tiger running backs this year. They have to read the helmet of those blockers. However, he does gain about 3 on the play. It's 3rd and 5. Akala back, fakes the counter. He has Lutz wide open in the flats from the fullback. He has the first down and more. Rumble, stumble, and then to the outside as he almost loses his balance. However, he's beyond the sticks by a good 5.5 yards out to the 47-yard line. He'll have the first down. The clock continues to run. 3:16 left here in the second quarter at Tom Field. Marshfield trailing 10-7.
Josh just trying to get his balance after making that catch, kind of behind him a little bit, but a nice catch and run by Josh. First down, Marshfield.
Good job of hanging on to that throw, as you mentioned, on that back shoulder pad. Double slot formation, single back now behind Akala, and a handoff inside. And that's Lutz this time in the fullback spot. Marshfield changing their backs a lot here. He will get 4.5 on the play. Let's call it 4. 2nd and 6. Ball now in Wausau territory at the west 48-yard line. Ball marked on the far hash mark. That would be the left hash mark for Marshfield as they head from our left to right. Akala now back in the short shotgun. High snap. Hands it ahead. No, he fakes, and he's going to skirt the left-hand side, and he will have a first down depending upon the spot. Yes, they're going to give him the good enough spot. So he will pick up about 6.5 on the play, and that will give Marshfield a first down as the clock continues to run. Actually, he's out of bounds, so that will stop it. We have to stop it for the change as well. Moving the change in the high school always does stop the clock. Ball now marked ready for play. 1st and 10, Marshfield. Ball at the 42-yard line of Wausau. Marshfield trailing 10-7 before the half. Akala now moving some of his receivers back off the line of scrimmage. He's in a shotgun. He's back to throw. A lot of time to throw. Lofts a pass to the right side. It's overthrown and intercepted by Wausau at the 20-yard line. He was trying to hit a tight end for Marshfield, who went up on the play.
Josh Hennis, Dale.
Josh Hennis seeing some action at that left tight end spot for Marshfield, but Akala throwing that ball too high, and it went off the fingertips of Hennis, and it was picked off by Wausau at the 20-yard line, picked off the ground. Nevertheless, with 2:31 left, Wausau West back in business. 1st and 10. Will they try to go deep and the sudden change? Here's an inside handoff on the counter. That's Day coming left side, but he's going to be hog-tied down around the 20-yard line. In fact, back inside the 20. Coranda there, Hasseroth there, Krogel there. A number of Tigers not fooled by that inside counter. That's that inside reverse that a lot of wing teams like to run. Faking the handoff to Day, going on a sweep right and coming back underneath on that inside handoff.
Krogel doing a nice job, disciplined play at defensive end, staying home and playing his spot. Nice job.
That'll bring up a 2nd down and 11. This is Day this time. He'll try the right side. Nothing there. In fact, he'll lose more yardage. One of the things you find with the wing T offense is sometimes it takes a while for a team to get used to some of the motion. Arnie, what did you see?
I see a timeout now by the Tigers, but very quickly that time it was Haig, just a complete great play, just boxed that side, got down low and made the tackle and got a lot of help from friends. We get a timeout, Dale.
Yep. Our score 10-7. Marshfield trailing to Wausau West, 1:45 before the half. Let's send it back to the station for this message. "30 seconds only. 30. So Marshfield with its second turnover of the ball game, one on a fumble on an inside play by the fullback Lutz in our first quarter of action. Now an interception by Akela. West has the ball, 2nd down, 3rd down and 14. Ball at their own 16-yard line. Looks like a screen pass. Schwartz back, and he has Dries out here to the outside, and he will be tackled after a short gain. We have Marshfield coaches right next to us, as you can possibly hear, in their coaching booth. Kind of tight corners up here. And they're not real happy with what they thought was a hold out here on that play. Nevertheless, no flag thrown. That will bring up a 4th down for Wausau as they do gain about 8 on that play. Ball now will be spotted at the Wausau West 26-yard line. And we have another timeout called here, this one apparently by Marshfield. A late call by the officials. We'll send it back for another message back at our station.
My pot of gold, your daddy's little girl, till heaven home.
It's easy to tell if you've had way too many. But what if you've had just one too many? Buzz driving is drunk driving.
Wausau will punt. A high kick, almost straight up. Stanley back there to take the fair catch, and he'll catch the ball at the Marshfield 43-yard line. So we came back from commercial break as the ball was being snapped, in a very short punt there by Wausau that will give Marshfield good field position here with still a minute 27 left in the first half. And Marshfield with its passing game, and I believe a couple of timeouts left as well, the possibility of trying to put some more points on the board.
Be huge here, Dale. We got to put something on the board here. Find a way to get any points on the board. 3, tie the game, touchdown, take the lead into halftime with some momentum.
Lenz the only back behind Akela. 2 receivers wide left and right. Quick screen to the quick toss to the left side. That's to Johnson. He has running room and does have a blocker out there in front of him. And that blocker helps him to about a 13-yard gain. I believe that was Hennis out there again as a wide receiver who was out blocking in front of Ben Johnson on that quick swing pass. Tigers up quickly to the line of scrimmage. That was a 1st down in Wausau West territory. Ball at the 45. Tigers working quickly. Akela in the gun, has to scramble. Will throw left side, low and to the outside, and that ball is thrown incomplete. Ball over there intended for Ben Johnson.
That time Luke just throwing the ball away. Didn't really have anybody to throw to that time. He may have had some running room, but made the right decision that time throwing it away.
Stops the clock with 1:10 left. It'll be 2nd and 10. Ball spotted at the 45-yard line of Wausau West. Accolade looking to his receivers to the right side, shutting out instructions from the shotgun. Here comes Johnson across the formation in motion. Accolade gets the snap, looking near side on a pass to Johnson down the field, and the ball is thrown a little bit to the outside. Johnson running a route, that wheel pattern down the right sideline, but the ball thrown a little bit to the outside, and Ben just could not quite get turned around as that ball was over his shoulder. He had it in his hands, but it would have been a tough catch, incomplete.
Wausau West that time threw a blitz at Marshfield from the near side of the field. Cornerback coming in there, Marshfield picked it up nice. Jake Lenz picking up the blitz.
So now Marshfield will go to an I formation with 10 yards to go here on 3rd down. Bootleg pass to the left side. Accolade now will throw to Lenz back here on a screen. He has blockers in front of him. He's at the 40, down to the 35-yard line, and he will indeed get out of bounds and have a 1st down as well. So a pretty well conceived play. Once again, you can probably hear coaches this time from the Wausau West staff up here in these rather tight corners. They're yelling holding. They thought there was a hold on a Marshfield player. Can't please everybody. Nevertheless, Marshfield 1st and 10, ball at the 32-yard line on the near hash mark, right side of the field. Gun formation again. Accolade back to throw, looking for Johnson on a quarter pattern. He has him open, and the ball is thrown, and it's complete. Had to wait to make sure because he went down, and that ball is inside the 5-yard line, so that will set Marshfield up 1st and goal inside the 5-yard line, I believe. Let's see where they end up spotting the ball. There's 43 seconds left. Arnie?
He caught that ball, got it under his hands underneath and rolled over it, and we're going here in around the 6-yard line here, Dale, 6-yard line.
Diving catch by Johnson, I formation. Fake to Lenz in the backfield. Accolade will roll to the right. He can't find a receiver. He'll shovel it forward now to Lutz, the fullback, and they're going to lose yardage. They're going to lose almost 6 yards on the play on an ill-advised toss. Marshfield will have to use a timeout now with 26 seconds. Might have been better just to throw that one at the ground in front of Lutz and live to play another day, because now Marshfield all the way back to the 10-yard line. Our score, Marshfield 10, Wausau West 7. We have 26 seconds left in the 1st half. We'll be right back.
What's that? I don't know. Something I kind of made. Ooh, what's it do?
What do I do? Well, thanks for asking. I ring my bell and I like to dance. What do I do? Well, thanks for asking.
How? Yeah, it still needs a little work.
Anything's possible. Keep thinking. Get started on your own inventions or just play some games at inventnow.org.
You are listening to Marshfield Tiger football on AM 1450, WDLB. Dale Yukaitis and Mike Klein along with you tonight. Let's send it down to Arnie Peck on our Festival Food sideline microphone. Arnie.
Quick update on score at halftime. Down the road here in Schofield, Wisconsin Rapids 7 and DC Everest 3. And I agree with you guys. He should have probably thrown it over the head and maybe over that fence near where we parked the car of the game, because he almost threw that into somebody's hands. Let's see what they do here on 3rd down.
Actually, it's 2nd down and goal. Ball spotted at the 10-yard line near hash mark. Again, Accolade working from the gun. Lenz behind him. Snap back to him. Johnson running that corner pattern again, and he throws this one. Oh, it's a little bit short. Ty Fisher had the inside position and simply dropped the ball. You could see from the time that ball was let go that Fisher, who was backpedaling, had a bead on that, and the ball wasn't going to be far enough on that corner pattern. That's a down and out deep into the end zone, a similar pattern that Johnson caught on the long gain. This one falls incomplete, luckily for Marshfield. Should have been picked.
Right, again, one of those times you got to throw the ball away from the defense. Throw it deep, throw it someplace where only your receiver can get his hands on the ball.
Good coverage by Wausau on the play. 16 seconds left. That brings a 3rd down and goal. Ball still just inside the 10-yard line. I formation. A fake to Lenz. Accolade sprinting left out of the backfield. He'll throw this one deep into the corner. And is the ball caught? Yes, it is. That looks like Maxinowski back there in the deep corner. This one, Mike, lofted just far enough as Maxinowski has to dive and slide just on the back pylon. And we're a long way away. So, Arnie, what did you see? That was right in front of you.
Well, what you had was you had Johnson farther up inside the end zone. Everybody's attention to Johnson. They forgot all about Maxinowski, and there he was for the touchdown, but he still had to eye it in. What a nice catch. And here's the extra point coming your way from Wheelers.
And Coranda on to attempt the extra point. Snap back a little high, put down by Scheckelman. The kick is certainly strong enough, and it's right down the middle, and it's good. And the extra point sponsored by Wheelers of Marshfield. Our score, 14-10, 12 seconds before the half. Marshfield leading this one over Wausau West. We'll be right back.
Hey! What is your problem, man?
You're welcome.
What the heck is wrong with you?
What do you mean?
Don't give me that! All right, what's going on here, fellas?
The missile was about to hit the school. I just acted as fast as I could.
That doesn't change the fact that I don't have a car anymore. Who just throws a person's car at a missile?
You're serious?
Yeah, who's gonna pay for my car?
I guess I could.
Do you even have a real job?
Yes.
Do you have insurance?
I saw the whole thing. Call me.
Our kickoffs tonight sponsored by Rail Transport of Marshfield. Marshfield kicking from our left to right. A squib kick, a knuckleball that goes down to the 32-yard line, taken by a lineman from Wausau West. He only moves forward about 3 yards, and he's dropped there. That took 5 seconds off the clock, so there'll be 7 seconds left in our first half of play. Wausau will have the ball in the middle of the field, going from right to left. Ball at the 35-yard line. And already Cody Wilson moving very deep in a safety position, along with Joel Francine. The only distance that makes a difference here is called goal line, about 65 yards away. So nobody gets behind you, hopefully, on this play. A T backfield behind Schwartz, and he will just take a knee rather than take a chance at throwing an interception and having Marshfield run it in. The clock didn't actually start on the play. Now it does. Now it's going to tick off the final seconds of our first half of play. Our score at the first half, Marshfield leading this one 14-10. Scores in our ball game tonight brought to us by the Sports Den on South Central Avenue in Marshfield. Marshfield will kick off to start the second half. Kicking from our left to right, Jordan Corando waiting for a signal from the official. I'm not exactly sure what we're waiting for. There it is, and he'll move forward in a line drive boot down to Ty Fisher, but it will skip on the wet grass past him and get into the end zone. And once that ball crosses the goal line in high school football, the official will blow the whistle, and it's going to come back out to the 20-yard line, and that's where Wausau West will start 1st and 10 to start our second half of play.
Referee crew tonight, Dale, from the Green Bay area, led by referee Jim Ball.
Had a lot of penalties in the first half. A couple key ones on Marshfield early in the ball game, and it's been pretty clean since. Wing right formation for West. Day coming back in motion. He'll take the handoff coming off left tackle, and he will have plus yardage before he is hogtied and taken to the ground. And he will gain almost 6 on first down.
Francine and Youngblood, I believe, combined to make the tackle on that play, Dale.
And let's check in quickly with our Festival Foods sideline microphone and Arnie Peck.
Just a little update. Looks like we're not going to see Ryan Danzik for the rest of the night. He's going to be withheld from the ball game.
All right. Cramps or some sort of a leg problem. Double wing, tight slot formations. There's a handoff to Dreves inside, and he moves over left tackle, and he'll pick up enough yardage for the first down. A short, stocky runner. West does not include heights and weights on their program, but to me he looks like he goes about, I don't know, maybe 5'9", but probably weighs about 200 pounds. A short, one of those boulders you just hate to run into as a running back. 1st and 10, Wausau West. Ball moved out to the 32.5-yard line, 31.5-yard line of Wausau. Just underway here in the second half. Marshfield Tigers leading Wausau West 14-10 at Tom Field. And here's Day again coming back in motion. He will try to skirt the left side over here in front of the Wausau bench, and he'll pick up a solid gain again on first down, and he'll have another 5, maybe 5.5. Let's give him 6 yards on first down. Far too much here on those first down gains.
Baining and Coranda combining to make the tackle. Luke Francine had a chance to stop Day at maybe a 3-yard gain, but missed the tackle.
Double wing, double slot formation, this time tight slot. Dreves will try the left side of their offensive line again, and he will be close to a first down as West coming out and working the left side of their offensive line and the right side of Marshfield defense here on several consecutive plays. And the officials are going to move the chains. It will be a first down as Dreves gains about 5 on that play, moving the ball out to the 42.5-yard line. Ball on the near hash mark. Wausau going from our right to left here in the second half.
Marshfield brings in Dylan Reggie to play nose guard. Coranda moves over to left defensive tackle.
Tight slots on both sides again. Here's a handoff to Dreves right side, but Coranda slants off that nose man to the left side and will bring down Dreves at the line of scrimmage, maybe even a little behind. Oh, they're going to give him a pretty good mark. Let's see if they move that downs marker back at all. No, they're just going to leave it planted right where it is at about the 42-yard line. So 2nd and 10 for Wausau West. Ball almost spotted in the middle of the field. Coranda overwhelming the Wausau West center that time as he slanted to the left. Day will go in motion. Schwartz back to throw. Lofts a pass out to the right side. He has Peel on a pass to the right side, but I believe it was knocked down. Yes, good defensive play there by a Marshfield defensive back, Mike.
That time Cody Wilson making up a couple steps right at the end of the pass. Ball not thrown quite as far outside as the Wausau West quarterback would like. Cody get a handing on it, knocking it down. Nice defensive play.
Looked like it was going to be complete, but that ball hung just enough for Cody to get there and get a hand across in front. Nice job by the Tiger safety, one of the bigger hitting safeties also in the Wisconsin Valley Conference. This guy could probably play linebacker for some teams, although not that heavy a player. 3rd and 10, ball at the 42-yard line. Snap back, Schwartz again will go back. Flag thrown from the near sideline, and play will be stopped. So that probably means we're going to have a procedure. Somebody took off a little early, or somebody jumped one way or the other. The procedure on Wausau West, that'll move it back. Since the play did not go forward, no choice for Marshfield. It'll go back 5. It'll bring up a 3rd and 15. Ball now back at the 37-yard line. Now the official's he's gonna take it back again to the original line of scrimmage. Now he'll march it off. 2, 3, 4, 5. That a boy.
There
Put
we
it
go.
down. Couldn't figure out where he was going with that. Thought maybe he was going to take the football and go home. Said, I have enough of this. 3rd and 15 for Wausau. The ball at the 37-yard line. Wing for flank position, and to the right side for West. Schwartz will go back, loft the ball right down the middle of the field that time. He actually had nobody open there. There was good coverage on Ty Fisher. They were looking for him on a post pattern down the middle, but good coverage by the Marshfield defensive backs, and I think Schwartz just found some green space to throw that one.
Yeah, if he would have thrown it anywhere close to the receiver, Cody Wilson had great coverage back there, would have had a chance for an interception.
So let's see, that should be Stanley back there. No, they're going to put Scheckelman back there. No, that's Sully Lipke, I believe. Isn't that Mike back there? That Sully Lipke will be back there to return this kick. Good snap back. Kick away. Lipke will have to come to this near sideline to try to field the ball, but then get out of the way as a good kick by Wausau will roll out at the 15-yard line. So about a 47-yard kick that time for Wausau. That kick being made by Ryan Condon. So Marshfield will have to start deep in their own territory to start the second half. Let's see if they come out and try to run the ball again. I know Coach Lukey been just a little bit frustrated with the running game so far, knowing that a team like West has given up 381 yards in a ball game that last week to Rapids. Let's see what they decide to do. Single back, however, this time. Nope, we have an I formation behind, and a handoff to the tailback on that play. But knifing through to make the tackle is Peel from his defensive position, and Lenz will be dropped for a loss.
Boy, he came a long way on that play, Dale. He's the left defensive end. Came all the way outside Matskanowski, just beat him right off the line, down the line of scrimmage, and ran down Lenz from behind.
We're a long way up here at the press box, but to me it looks like Marshfield just not coming off the ball with a lot of fire, and some of these plays a little bit slow developing. This will bring up a 2nd down and 13. Akala will hand off on an inside play. That's Scheckelman this time up the middle. He'll pick up about 6 or 7 right up the middle, which will bring up a manageable 3rd and 7 for the Tigers. Let's check with our Festival Foods microphone and Arnie Peck.
That previous play, Lenz unable to get his balance. He actually slipped, and that allowed Peel the extra time to come over and make the play. Big play coming up here on 3rd and 7.
And the last thing you want to do is throw an interception or turn it over here. Deep in your own territory, only leading by 4, 14-10. Marshfield up, 7:52 left in the 3rd. I formation behind Akala. He's back to throw, short drop. Looking near side over here to Johnson. And there is a collision as Johnson, trying to get to the ball, was run into by a Wausau West player, but no flag thrown.
Boy, that Ben ran about a 13 or 14-yard out pattern, Dale, and the ball was thrown to the inside, and he took a step to go towards the ball and ran. The Wausau West defender ran right into Ben. I guess maybe, incidental contact is all I can think of.
Well, it's also in front of the Wausau West bench, and I'll just leave it at that. I see an awful lot of that sometimes in high school football. I hate to say that. I know you're an official. I used to be. Here's a punt by Lipke, a nice punt down to the 45-yard line by West. Day will take it. He's hemmed in by Stanley. Now gets away, and we have a flag, 2 flags, 3 flags, laundry on the field as Day is pushed out of bounds at the 48-yard line of Wausau West. I think we might see an illegal block here or a hold.
Yeah, Brad Dolzel was the coverage guy on the near side of the field, wide near side towards us, and still haven't gotten a preliminary signal. But when the flags were thrown, Brad was standing, by himself. We got a block in the back.
Got a block in the back by Wausau West. Dolzal was down there, and a Wausau West player trying to spring Day as he was moving to the right, tried to actually peel Dolzal off the play and blocked him from behind. The flag that they're going to enforce apparently is at about the 48-yard line of the Tigers. Long conference going on down there. And
now this one is, if they're going to enforce this, it's from the end of the run.
It should be from
end of the run back.
And that will back them up. Wausau moving way back to the huddle at the 30-yard line. And let's see, where are we eventually going to spot the football? We've got the same guy who was marking the playoff. He's got to run all the way back to the line of scrimmage. Here we go, 2, 3, 4, 5. Count on your fingers. Here we go. Got 15 of them? Nope, only 10 of them.
He only marked off 9 yards, Dale.
Well,
he only the end of the run was at the west 49, and the ball is on the west 40 or just outside the 40. I got close enough, I guess.
Nevertheless, it's Wausau West football with a double slot, wide slot formations on both sides. Day coming in motion now, reverses his field, takes a pitch from Schwartz. He'll try this side. He's hemmed in by about 5 Tiger defenders. Good inside pursuit that time by Marshfield. Day with no place to go.
Krogel again making a nice play, staying disciplined, turning that play inside, holding up Day just enough time to get some help from his buddies making the tackle.
Very good pursuit by Marshfield on that play. Will drop Wausau for a 3-yard loss. Drop Day for a 3-yard loss. Ball back at the Wausau West 32-yard line. It'll be 2nd and 12 there. Marshfield leading 14-10. 7:02 left in the third quarter. Double slot on both sides, wide receivers both sides in that double slot. Schwartz back to throw. He'll throw on near sideline. That ball is going to be thrown well out of bounds. And Day was actually out of bounds as he tried to catch that pass, and he was almost running that pattern out of bounds. It would have been interesting if he had come back to try to catch that. Nevertheless, it's incomplete, so that'll bring up a 3rd down situation for Wausau West.
Trevin Sikowski on the coverage for Marshfield that time. If he would have been inbounds, we might have had a chance to get a flag on Trevin for face guarding. He never turned to look to the ball, but fortunately for the Tigers, the pass was thrown out of bounds.
Thrown out of bounds, and the receiver was standing out of bounds as the ball was thrown as well. So we have tight slots on tight wings on both sides, wide receivers left and right. Schwartz back for a quick slant pass, and that is caught by Peel at the 50-yard line, and then he'll push forward into Marshfield territory just beyond the first down sticks. He'll pick up an extra 1.5 yards, and that will give West the first down. So that is the primary receiver for Wausau West all season long. Nate Peel, he's a senior and a pretty good-sized guy. We've seen him do some nice things on defense as well. He picks up enough for the first down on that play. West continues their drive in the third quarter. 6:32 left. Just inside Marshfield territory near hash mark. Again, the double slot, and we have a receiver and a tackle on the left side leave early. As soon as Tyler Day went back across the formation on an inside motion, some players jumped as well. So West has had some timing problems with their snaps. Either they're getting up a little bit late, or we've got a few players who are a little bit anxious going on that quick count. 5-yard penalty on West. Ball back now in their own territory to their own 47-yard line.
7 penalties so far tonight on Wausau West for a total of 59 yards.
Let's check in with Arnie, the Festival Foods sideline. Mike, Arnie.
Some quick updates for you. End of 3 quarters, Edgar 50-0. Late third quarter, Stratford 14-7 over Fall Creek.
1st and 15. Schwartz back to throw, looking right side, now turns and throws over the middle, looking for Fisher up through the middle again on that seam pattern right down the middle, but good pass coverage, and that ball thrown short. That'll bring up a 2nd down play. Not a real sophisticated pass offense from West. They'll most of the time send out 3 receivers, keep an extra back inside the block.
Overall tonight, Marshfield's done a pretty good job on pass coverage.
And let's see what they can do here in a 2nd and long, 2nd and 15. Ball at the 42-yard line of Wausau West. Schwartz again under center. Day goes in motion. Here's an inside trap coming back the other way to Dries. He'll get a few, but still be short of the original line of scrimmage. They'll bring up a 3rd and 13. About 3rd and 13.
Sometimes what'll happen, Dale, on those long yardage situations, you might sneak a quick trap up the middle to somebody, catch a linebacker with his head down, and break a big one that time. Nice job by Marshfield.
So a 3rd and 13. Schwartz will go back with a quick look. Now it looks like a quarterback draw. He'll step back up the middle. I'm not sure if maybe a receiver went the wrong way. That did not look like a typical quarterback draw. Schwartz will go forward, though, and pick up positive yardage, and he will run into Youngblood, the linebacker, who comes up holding his forearm, and that will pick up positive yardage and get it down to a 4th and 6 situation. Ball in the Wausau territory, Marshfield territory. Marshfield thinking it's going to be a punt as they change defensive personnel.
You never know here. The last time they tried to punt, the punter took off a few steps before he kicked it, so you got to be heads up here.
Rugby-style kick where they snap it and he runs a little bit to the right. This time he takes a few steps and he will kick it. A line drive knuckleball. Lipke will catch it on the 12 and will reverse his field. Oh, a big peel back block there. That's a candidate for the collision of the ball game. We can get that number. Was that Wilson?
That's Wilson again.
Lipke not gaining a lot of yardage to the left side as he tries to go real wide from the near side of the field to the far side. He picks up a couple of extra yards, but we have another candidate for the collision of the ball game, and that might be the best one so far. That guy does like contact, Cody Wilson. 4:31 left in the 3rd quarter. The ball will be spotted at the 15-yard line of Marshfield, far side of the field. Handoff inside to, that's Lenz, who will carry off right side for a couple of yards. And Marshfield will have a 2nd and 7. Arnie, from your vantage point with Marshfield on that side of the field, what do you see?
Well, they're starting to slip a little bit on that line, both teams, but obviously the offensive line, as you said earlier, having their trouble getting out of their, just having trouble getting out of the blocks tonight. Let's see if they can correct it here.
In a 2nd and 7 situation, ball on the 19-yard line, their own 19. Akela back at a quick pass, throws left side on a quick timing pattern to a wide receiver on the far side. Trying to pick out the receiver over there. Is that Lysicki?
Yes.
All right, in for his first catch of the ball game for tonight as well. And he'll have, they're going to move the chains, so he had just enough, 7, maybe 7.5 yards on a nice timing pattern with Akela hitting Lysicki just before a West defender could step in front for the interception. 1st and 10 Marshfield at their own 26-yard line. They lead 14-10, 3:35 left in the 3rd quarter. Another deep handoff, the tailback inside. This is Lenz. He's churning and spinning for a nice gain up the middle. That's positive yards and will create a 2nd and about a 4 situation for Marshfield. Like that, 4, 5, and 6 yards on 1st down. That makes play calling a lot easier for any offensive coordinator. Marshfield with not the breakaway threats back there in the backfield this year. No Deepo Fogbemi, but Lenz is a tough runner. 2nd and 4. Eckel and a longer count. Again, now goes back on a draw. This is Scheckelman. He'll come forward. He'll have the 1st down as he goes over right guard. Our linemen for Marshfield tonight again, Alex Paulson, Cale Schliessman, Luke Schwanis, Brett Bauer, and Brian Ott. Don't forget tight ends in there like Seth Maxinowski, usually a blocker, and Lutz at fullback as well. 1st down, Marshfield. Hardworking linemen of Marshfield Utilities sponsor our offensive linemen because it's the linemen who help supply the power to make everything work. 1st and 10 Marshfield, ball at their own 37-yard line. Akela looking like he may be changing the play here as he's motioning to his wide receivers left and right. He's going to step back now, and he's going to throw a near side. Loft a pass for Johnson, but that's well out of bounds on the track surface here, which is about 6 yards beyond the sidelines. So I don't think Akela liked what he saw in the matchup on this side and decide here's one for the cheerleaders. 2nd and 10.
It is homecoming.
Yes, it is.
Give everybody a chance to get involved in the game.
October 2nd will be Marshfield's homecoming. The Evil Empire, DC Everest, will be the opponent. 2nd and 10. Here's a fake of a draw play. Bootleg pass left side. Akela, the left-handed thrower, hits Lutz in the left flats. And he will have about 7 yards or so, and he's knocked out of bounds on the far sideline. Let's see where they do end up spotting the ball. And they'll give him 7, so it's 3rd and 7. This crew somewhat slow sometimes spotting the ball, and they take their time getting the ball to the line of scrimmage. Tigers already at the line, waiting for the ball. Ekelbeck to pass, Peel all over him. There's a dump-off pass to Maxinowski over the middle as Peel on the blitz from the left side, and Maxinowski and Ekelbeck just lofts a very soft pass over the middle. Maxinowski wide open, Mike, and we've seen that situation before. I think they came back to it, didn't they?
Yes, they did. Seth was open earlier in the game on that same play. Rollins is open deep in the first half on that same play. Nice recognition by Luke, getting rid of the ball just as he got hit. Nice play.
Yeah, Luke might have also seen the pass coming and dumped it off to what they call a hot receiver, to somebody behind those blitzing linebackers. 1st and 10 Marshfield. They're in West Territory at the 44. Inside trap, but we have whistles that will stop this play. And you know what that usually means. Somebody's not lined up properly, or they're moving too quickly, or Arnie did something wrong over there again. No, offsides on Marshfield. Boy, that's one of those things that a coach really shakes his head at, because it's just a matter of coming to the line of scrimmage, looking down towards the football, and lining up right. Arnie, what do you think?
They got Brett Bauer on that one. That was the call. By the way, late 3rd quarter, now 9-7 Everest over Wisconsin Rapids.
And our score is brought to us by Marshfield Bus Service. If you're planning a trip, get out of town with the Marshfield Bus Service. Here comes Marshfield up to the line of scrimmage. It's 1st and 15. Deep handoff this time to the tailback. That's Sheckelman. He has running room to the left side. He's got a 1st down, and he's fighting for more. He's got almost 20 yards on the play before he is tackled on the far sideline. Boy, there was a burst of speed as Sheckelman found a nice hole off that left side. After about a 5-yard gain, he was hit by a couple of people there, Mike. Looks like he dragged a couple people on that play.
Yeah, nice run by Paul, breaking a couple tackles within 5 yards of the line of scrimmage. We'll give him 21, and that's Marshfield's 14th first down.
1:22 left in the 3rd. Marshfield still leads by 4. They're on a very nice drive here that started back at their own 15-yard line, chewing up clock. Here comes the counter to the right side. Lenz on the carry, I believe, on this one, and he's going to be dropped for not much. That's a play that I know Coach Lutke has just wanted. Oh, they're actually going to give him some. Well, no, the downs marker kind of wanders around over there once in a while. He was going to give him about 5 yards. Now he backs it up to about 3. Now he's going to back it up to about 2. Guy's faking me out over there. He's got a nice yellow raincoat on. I can see him, but I wish he'd stand still. That's going to bring up a 2nd and 7.5. It's a long 7, almost 8 yards, actually. Ball spotted at the 26-yard line. I formation again. Sheckelman now in the tailback position. He stutter steps over the middle, and it goes, lunges forward for yardage, and somebody, and I think that's somebody for Wausau West with Seth Trulin, got his hand in there and just grabbed Sheckelman by the ankle.
2 different running styles between Sheckelman and Lenz. Paul a little more shifty, waiting for the hole to open up. A good cutback runner. Jake more of a
he's the hammer.
Right to the hole and run somebody over.
Put the shoulder pads down and look out. He's going to eat my helmet is what he's going to say. 3rd down and 2. Lenz back in, and now we have a stoppage of play. And that is the end of our 3rd quarter of play. And Marshfield chewing up a lot of time here on a very nice drive in this 3rd quarter. Our score after 3 quarters of play here from Tom Field in Wausau on AM 1450 WDLB 1410. Marshfield Tigers over the Wausau West Warriors. Let's send it back to Ryan Berg, the best football producer in the city of Marshfield tonight. Marshfield will come out in an I formation, wide slot left formation. Ball at the 20-yard line, 3rd and 2. Quick inside handoff and a trap play to Lutz, who's going to have the first down and a few extra yards as well. And he's going to rumble forward for about 5. That's going to bring the ball down to, hard to see the yard line from that far away. It looks like about the
16 maybe?
See where they eventually spot it. Yes, just outside the 15-yard line at the 16. Nevertheless, 1st and 10 Marshfield. Ball at the 16. 11:44 now left in the 4th quarter. Marshfield by 4. I formation, receivers wide left and right. Here's Scheckelman, stutter stepping on the inside. He cuts back over the middle left side. He's down to the 5-yard line. One man there got his hands on him, or Scheckelman would have gone. You know, Scheckelman does a real nice job reading his blocks on the inside, Mike.
Yeah, and Paul's done a nice job with that, moving from the quarterback position to tailback this year. And yeah, exactly right, Dale. He does a very nice job. Vision downfield is excellent. 1st and goal for Marshfield.
1st and goal. Marshfield looking to put an insurance score possibly on the board here tonight. Quick handoff, quick snap. Lenz will dive inside the 5-yard line. There's a big pile up there. I don't see any signal or a beanbag tossed for a fumble, however. Just a lot of people on that pile. This time Lutz getting up limping as he comes back to the huddle. That ball taken down to about the 2-yard line, so a 3-yard gain there for Lenz. Clock continues to run. Go ahead, Mike.
16 carries for 50 yards for Jake tonight.
And some tough yards, too. 4 and 5 at a time tonight. Ball on the right hash. This is Lenz again. He'll take the ball. He will try to dive over the middle, and the official on the far side says touchdown. He got over the top. Lenz taking it right over right guard, went airborne and got up actually on the shoulders of his offensive lineman, and they kind of, with a wave, kind of pushed him forward. Marshfield on the board. They lead now 20-10 at the 10:35 mark of the 4th quarter. Jordan Coranda will come on to attempt the extra point. Our score is brought to us tonight by the Sports Den on South Central Avenue in Marshfield. Marshfield extra point team on the field. Good snap back. Scheckelman gets it down. Kick is up and away, and it is true and through. And so Marshfield puts another point on the board and makes it a couple of score disparity or difference here in this ball game. 21-10. Marshfield leads this one, 10:35 in the 4th. We'll be right back after these messages.
Killed him. Oh, man. Feel back to compound B, 46.7% by weight. Compound B.
Once you post your image online, you can't take it back. Anyone can see it. Family, friends, anyone. Remember, think before you post.
All right, Victory Apparel bringing us that break after the Marshfield score. Jordan Coranda will kick off. Our kickoff sponsored by Rail Transport of Marshfield, the Take Home More, Be Home More carrier. Coranda will boot a hard line drive. That's to Fisher at the 5-yard line, and he'll bring it back up the middle.
Oh, there's our hit of the game right there.
Guess who, though? Same guy.
Cody Wilson.
Oh, my goodness. There's no... We could call that one. We'll just kind of save that one for about the next 3 ball games. Cody Wilson picked up Fisher, who was coming ahead with a full hit of steam. Those two guys met. It was like deer and antlers in the forest, bang, head on, and he picked up Fisher with a perfect tackle, took him back 5 yards, and planted him. Wausau will have the ball, 1st and 10. Ball on the 30, it is the 33-yard line. Here's that inside handoff today. He has running room to the left side. He'll have a first down and more. He'll have an extra 5, taking the ball out to the 30 9-yard line. That's the only second time that we've seen West with that inside counter play, this time to Tyler Day, who carries for about 16, I believe, on that first down carry, and takes it out to the 39-yard line. West taking quite a bit of time to get their personnel package in and out of the ball game here, taking a while to get this one off. Let's look at that back judge in the defensive backfield. He'll count down the last 5 seconds. Here it comes. They do get the snap off. Quick bubble screen to the left side to Fisher, and again he takes a pretty good size hit. And
there's
I'll
Wilson
tell you what,
again.
yeah, I wonder if Fisher and Wilson have homecoming plans together. Because I tell you what, Fisher is going to see 14 in his dreams tonight. Picks only a yard. Now they're going to give him 2 yards on that pass play. Just a quick spot screen or bubble screen out here to Fisher on this near sideline. So it's a 2nd and 8. 2 receivers far left side. Quick handoff. Here comes that inside counter to Day again. This time back this way. Nothing doing.
Tim Budke making have nice penetration. That away, Tim. Nice play. Little help from Mike Peterson.
Penetration in the backfield just kills the wing T offense.
Now we got a flag down on the wide side of the field, right at the line of scrimmage.
Way over on the far sidelines, almost in the Marshfield sideline, and an illegal shift is the signal. And Coach Lutke out on the field, I think that's Len Lutke Jr. out there signaling, let's decline that one. There's that Len Sr. I can't tell. Whoever it is all wadded up in raincoats over there.
I think that's Junior over there.
All righty.
Yeah.
They're going to decline the penalty. That will be a loss. We'll check in with Arnie here after this play. 2 receivers wide left for Wausau. Slot. They have a slot and 2 receivers to the left side. Day, that inside slot. This is Schwartz back to throw. He's being chased. Throws. He's hit just as he gets rid of the ball. And 2 Tiger defenders in there. That ball incomplete to the left side. And let's check in again with Arnie Peck and our Festival Foods sideline microphone.
Schernitz, the quarterback, slipped twice as he dropped back to try and make a pass there, and then rolled out, he slipped twice on the play. 2 quick scores, 57-0 Edgar with less than a minute to go, 28-7 Stratford, 8 minutes to go in the 4th quarter.
And somebody on that Marshfield sideline telling players to back up. Punt formation for Wausau. Condon back to punt again. He gets a high spiraling kick that will send Lupke back to the 20-yard line. He fields the ball cleanly, looking for a block and will not get it. Will give ground a little bit, in fact, and lose a couple more yards.
Chris Seeger down on the punt coverage for the Warriors. Nice play, nice open field tackle.
And the first part of that coverage was that nice high hang time on that punt by Ryan Condon. So let's see if Marshfield can run some more clock. When you get down to that 7-8 minute time in a ball game, I always call that lineman time when you're ahead. Give the ball to your running back and lineman, do your thing. Run clock, get some first downs. I formation, Lenz deep, handoff inside to Lutz. He will carry forward on that short trap play on the inside, and he'll have 4 or 5 yards. Better than that, 6 yards. So a 2nd and about 3.5 actually for the Tigers. Ball out to the 17-yard line. Tigers lead this one 21-10. After a couple of scores here, one of those just before the half to go ahead 14-10 at half. Akala will hand off this time deep in the backfield to his tailback, and that is Scheckelman. As Tigers rotating tailbacks on almost every play now. He'll have the first down and another nice gain off the right side for Marshfield.
Yards on the carry for Paul, and that's Marshfield's 17th first down.
Another first down rushing. Clock continues to move. 8:06, 8:05, counting down. Ball at the 32-yard line of Wausau. I formation again. Receivers wide right and left. Akala will go back, fake the pass, hand off on a draw to Lenz, and he bounces off a defensive lineman at the line of scrimmage and manages to pick up positive yards. So a nice job keeping his legs moving there by Lenz.
All right, good. Exactly, Dale, keeping those legs pumping up and down, up and down. Nice job, Jake, giving us about 3.
And it could have been a 0 on that one because he was hit right at the line of scrimmage. Tigers taking their time in the huddle. Now coming up to the line of scrimmage. Johnson, wide receiver near side. Lysecki, wide far side. A wing left formation. Here comes Sheckelman. He'll try the left side. He'll have the corner. And he will run right into Ben Johnson, who's trying to throw a block out here. Ben kind of turns around and looks at him. He's like, what are you doing?
You know,
but he's got positive yards.
We just got done talking about how well he looks downfield and cuts off his blocks, and then what does he do? Run right into one of his blockers.
Yeah, he seems to run a little bit better, picking his way on the inside. Nevertheless, it's a positive yardage. It's going to bring up a third, about 1.5 yards for the Tigers as the clock keeps ticking away. We're under 7 minutes at 6:47. Tigers coming to the line of scrimmage. Johnson very wide right. Handoff this time to Lenz. He'll try the middle, and he should have the first down with a decent spot. He'll have it by about 1 yard. And again, this is the frustrating situation for a defensive coordinator. Kevin Grundy's team over here, Wausau West, watching this clock continue to tick away. West down by 11 on their homecoming here at Tom Field. You are listening to Tiger Football on AM 1450 WDLB. Dale Yukaitis along with you, Mike Klein and Arnie Peck tonight. Tigers again, this time an offset eye with Lutz to the right. Akala will go back to throw the ball, and he's going to throw it deep, and he has a receiver. That's Lysecki, and he catches the ball, but they're going to say that he fell out of bounds on the play. Very close as to whether he got a foot in bounds or not. As that ball was thrown towards the sideline, Lysecki had to turn around, made a nice over-the-head grab, dove for the ball, made the catch, but the officials say he did not get a foot in bounds.
Yeah, the wing official on our side, Dale, running down. He's got the great look right down the sideline, and Jake was about a half step out of bounds. Great catch, though.
You know what? I want to see the replay.
Where's that red flag?
Yeah,
Arnie, throw that red flag.
Throw that red flag. 2nd and 10. 6:07 left in the fourth quarter. Pitch to Lenz. He's got the right side. He's got some room. Got blocking to the outside. He skirts the outside. He's at the 40. He's at the 35. Down inside the 35-yard line. Nice blocking on that right side. Right over there in front of Arnie Peck with that Festival Foods sideline microphone. Arnie.
Schwantes, Dozel, and also in there for the Tigers, Lysecki on those blocks. And Mr. Lenz goes rolling down. And look at the people that several running backs on these last 2 series. By the way, under 8 minutes to go in Steam Stadium. Wisconsin Rapids 14, DC Everest 9.
Ooh, okay. Rapids trying to make a name for themselves in the conference. We're under 6 minutes at 5:40. 1st and 10 Marshfield. Here to fake the counter. Akala rolling left. Finds his receiver, tight end. Sex Mathanowski breaks a tackle. And he's down to about the 10-yard line. Flag, another flag. And we'll have to see whether we've got an illegal block downfield, which I think it's going to be, or a face mask call, about the only thing that could be in that area. So we'll have to see. One flag being thrown right in the middle of the pile as Maxinowski, who made a nice catch, slipped the blocker after about a 5-yard gain, took the ball down the field. It's going to come back. Let's see. Where are they going to mark that from, though?
Well,
it should mark that from the spot.
If it's from the spot, it's still going to result in a first down because we'll get the yardage. If it's from the end of the run, they're going to be, well, it's going to be close. Either way you look at it, it's going to be close. You know, the frustrating thing about that is we have a receiver 2 steps from the sideline, and that block is made in the back. That block is made 15 yards inside. You know, that's something that, you know, it's all comes down to discipline.
That's a discipline thing, absolutely. So the ball will come back and be spotted at the 34-yard line of Wausau West. That's going to bring up a first down?
Well,
first and 1. Yeah, I guess so. I get the down. Okay.
Right.
They took
so it ends up to be a 9-yard penalty is what it ends up.
illegal block the call. I formation. Akala will hand off to Lenz on the counter play. He's going to try to skirt the right side, and he does have the first down. Ooh, Wausau coaching staff, the defensive coach down there going nuts, firing his cap towards the official, and you hear the coaches up here yelling holding as well. No flag thrown on the play. The official winds the clock. They reset the chains. It's 1st and 10 Marshfield. Ball at the 21-yard line.
I think they definitely have a gripe on that one, Dale.
What do you think, Arnie?
Zach Berger just crushed Brandon Lenz over here to get that run going. I don't know. I didn't see the hold. That was on your side, guys.
It's about time we get a lineman for our block of the game once. We've called a lot of backs and receivers. Keep that in mind, Arnie. I formation. Handoff this time to Scheckelman, who will try the left side, slips a couple tackles off of the left tight end side, and will get more yardage. So once again, Marshfield, I believe, took this ball over with about 8:35 or so left in the fourth quarter. We're now down to 4:27, 4:26, 4:25. They've chewed up first 4 minutes. They've chewed up a number of first downs. And this is something that I'm sure will make Coach Lutke as the line coach now also over there, besides being head coach, now that Ron Staromski has stepped out of play here for a year to follow his son, who's playing some college football. And Marshfield coming up to the line of scrimmage very slow. The coaches next door are yelling timeout, some sort of confusion as far as numbers of players or alignment. And so Marshfield will take a timeout. They lead 21-10 with 4:02 left in our ball game. We'll send it back to the station for these messages.
What's that? I don't know. Something I kind of made. Ooh, what's it do?
What do I do? Well, thanks for asking. I ring my bell and I like to dance. What do I do? Well, thanks for asking.
How? Yeah, it still needs a little work.
Anything's possible. Keep thinking. Get started on your own inventions or just play some games at inventnow.org.
In baseball, I used to say never pack up the bats. I don't care if we're ahead by 20. There's 4 minutes left in the ball game. It's 21-10 Marshfield. They're looking for their first Wisconsin Valley win to go 4-1 on the season. Hand off this time to Lenz, who will run right straight ahead, lower his shoulder pads, drag some navy blue uniformed Wausau West players ahead for more positive yardage. That'll bring up a 3rd and very short, although the officials are taking that long look at the chains. Do they want to bring them across the field? All 3 of them taking a look, and no, they're going to say first down. No measurement even. Goodness.
Well, that gives Jake his first 100-yard rushing game of the night, Dale. He's got 22 carries for 100 yards.
And that's going to bring up a 1st and goal as the ball is touching the 10-yard line. The outside, just the outside, the front tip of the ball is touching the 10. So it's a long 10, if you can call it that, if there is such a thing. Power I formation for Marshfield. Akala under center. He's taking plenty of time. He's actually looking at the back judge now to see when he starts to count down the last 5 seconds, and he'll get under center to take the snap, trying to chew up as much clock as possible. He'll take the snap with about 3:30 left. Yes, hand off to Scheckelman. Ooh, he was collared as he went through the line of scrimmage, but he's still dragging Wausau players. Paul showing us a lot of surprising strength running up the middle tonight. We know he's shifty, and we know he's fast, but tonight also showing that he's pretty tough. I'd like to see him lower those shoulder pads a lot, though. Boy, he stands straight up, takes a lot of punishment. Picks up some yardage, picks up about 3 on the play. Ball spotted at the 7-yard line. Will be well under 3 minutes here. Marshfield in absolutely no hurry to get this play off. In fact, Akala went all the way to the sidelines to get a play. Marshfield now just coming to the line of scrimmage. Lysicki will sprint to the right side to get set. Johnson wide left side. Lenz again at the tailback position. Here comes a fake to Lenz, and Akala will roll left side, and he will hit Lutz on a fullback flat pass. Lenz will dive over a Wausau West player into the end zone for a touchdown. So with under 3 minutes left to play, on a goal line situation, a 2nd and 7. Marshfield will run the bootleg pass with the left-handed quarterback running to the right side, Akala, and hitting Lutz, and Lutz diving over a West defender at the goal line for the score. That makes it 27-10. And there's our insurance score of the ball game tonight. Coranda on to kick the extra point. That is up and good. 28-10 now Marshfield. Our extra points brought to us by Wheelers of Marshfield. Ask about GM's new 60-day satisfaction guarantee. Put Wheeler up against anyone and let the best car win. Wheelers of Marshfield. Our score sponsored by the Sports Den on South Central Avenue of Marshfield. Back to Ryan Berg at the station. Marshfield 28, West 10.
I'm tall enough to reach the light switches. I'm big enough to brush my teeth by myself. I'm the tallest kid in my class. I haven't worn diapers in years. I'm much less likely to vomit at random now. My cups don't have lids anymore. Mine either. I'm getting pretty big. But to help me survive a car crash, I still need you to give me a boost.
Until they're 4'9", use a booster seat in the car and don't let them down.
And Todd Bessler and his staff at Creative Paint and Decorating sponsoring our color analysis all season long. They're at 111 East 4th Street in Marshfield, where you can get expert color analysis down there at Creative Paint and Decorating. Wisconsin's best paint selection. Kickoff by Marshfield, fumbled at the 5-yard line by Day. Now he'll try to come up the right side. He's in trouble as he is swarmed under by several Marshfield tacklers. It looks like Haig was in on the play, playing some special teams along with, that was that Johnson? 24?
Francine.
Okay.
Francine, number 20, number 6, Steve
Okay,
Banning.
so some offensive starters down there on kick coverage. West with 2:26 to make something happen here. They're down by 18. And they have the ball at the 19-yard line. They have a lot of timeouts left. They have all 3, in fact. So let's see what they decide to do. Wide double slot formation. Schertz back to pass. He'll try to hit Peel, but throws the ball behind him as Matt Peel coming down the near sideline, never turned his head as Schertz trying to throw that on a back shoulder play where you throw it behind the receiver and expect him to turn around and make that short grab. But Peel just couldn't find the football. So incomplete, 2nd and 10. So Marshfield will move to 1-1 in the Wisconsin Valley Conference. Schertz again back to pass, looking for the wheel pattern down the right side, but instead goes over the middle, and a complete pass there. I think that's Keel going down the near sidelines. He's down to the Marshfield 20, inside the 20. No, that was not Peel. That was Brett Ziegel, a junior, coming across on a crossing pattern. Peel was running a wheel down out and down in the far sideline, and Schertz looked at him and pumped fake, but he was covered. And then finding the junior receiver coming back across the middle, that'll put West in business. 1st and 10 at the, it's going to be the 18-yard line of Marshfield. Boy, I hope I didn't pack the bats too early, Mike. 2:11 left. Quick score, onside kick. Uh-oh. Double slot receiver. Schertz back to throw again. Pump fake. Uh-oh. Tyler Fisher wide open in the end zone. Caught the ball. Nice play. However, nice recover by Lipke, who lowered the boom. Fisher had just toasted Lipke. Let's be honest about it. He did a little a stop and goal move. Lipke bit, and the ball was well thrown. Fisher had the grab, but Lipke came back and just gave him a shot right in the chops. How about that hit, Arnie?
Oh, great hit, and up in the air went the ball, harmlessly to the ground. Less than 3 minutes to go. Rapids has the ball and the lead, 14-9 over Everest at Steam Stadium.
All right. 2nd and 10 at the 18-yard line of Marshfield. Schertz will hand off on the inside counter today. He's going, well, he breaks a tackle and heads to this near sideline. He broke the tackle of Mike Peterson, who had the big grab on that little running back. But Tyler Day pretty shifty. Haig and Hasroth knocking him out of bounds. He does only get to about the line of scrimmage. And they give him a yard. 3rd and 8. We're under 2 minutes, 1:55. Wide slots again, Shirts back. He'll look for a crossing pattern again, this time to Fisher, who he kind of saw that familiar jersey, 1-4, 14. Wilson coming towards him, and he stopped. He could have kept going. There's a football term for that too. They call it alligator arms, where you don't quite want to stick your arms out. They got those short little alligator arms on that play.
Boy, Cody had him zeroed in. If he would have caught the ball,
yeah, Cody wasn't thinking interception.
Nope,
he was thinking destruction on that play. 4th and 8. This is it for West. Shirts turns the wrong way, comes out. He's in trouble. He slips one man, but now he is sacked and dropped back to about the 25-yard line, and that's it. Marshfield will take over there with 1:46 left in this ball game. West will turn it over, so another nice defensive stand by Marshfield after the long pass by Wausau West. And now it's just a matter of running some clock, and Marshfield can put a W in their conference record book. They will come to the line of scrimmage. Let's see who they have at tailback now. Brad Dolezal will get a chance to carry the ball. A couple new players in there as well. In fact, there's a new quarterback as well for Marshfield. That's Chris Steeman, the JV quarterback, who's getting some playing time. He hands off inside on a short trap. And that's another new fullback in there, Mike.
Josh Shoup.
Josh Shoup gets a carry. He gains 4 on the play. Clock runs 1:26, 1:25. Tick-tock, it keeps moving. 2nd down and 6 on the play. West with timeouts, choosing not to use them here. Steeman under center. Will hand off. Dolezal will look for an opening. That's actually another running backs on each play here. That is Sean Zilmer who will get a carry. He'll try the right side, not much there. Might even lose a yard. We're under a minute. This may be the final time the Tigers actually have to snap the ball. Ball marked ready for play with 40 seconds left. Tigers taking their time. Stamen will lead the more or less JV line up to the field, up to the line of scrimmage. 27, 26. The official in the backfield starting to count down. Stamen under center. Does he get it off? Just got it off. Pitch near side. And that is Dolezal, I believe, carrying this side. He'll pick up enough yardage probably for the first down. That'll seal the deal. Nice carry there. Some nice blocking out in front by a variety of Tiger players. I'm seeing a couple other Tigers in there. I'm seeing Derek Lorkey in there. And Mark Posh is in there as a lineman right now. 5 seconds. It was 8 seconds as the light burned out. 3, 2, 1, and that's it. That's the end of our ball game for tonight. And the Marshfield Tigers will go to 1-1 in the Wisconsin Valley Conference. And Wausau West, on their homecoming tonight, defeated by the Tigers, will drop to 0-2 after a loss last week in their conference opener to Wisconsin Rapids, 45-28. So we will talk about all the scoring and recap some of the stats and all that type of information for you tonight in our post game